It's Time to Take Off is brought to you in part by U.S. Air. U.S. Air begins with you. By Payless Car Rental, now serving more than 200 locations worldwide. Payless is the driving force of the 90s. And by Aristocrat Travel, Greater Rochester's business and leisure travel headquarters.
Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome back to another week of It's Time to Take Off. Tony DeStina with you once again, and in the 4 years that we've been producing It's Time to Take Off, our favorite place in the eastern portion of Canada is right here. This is Canadian Pacific's Le Chateau Montebello, with a storied past, a great tradition, and some wonderful features and amenities that we know you're going to enjoy. It's a year-round resort. Take a look behind me at the beautiful six-story, six-sided fireplace that, again, was part of the building of Chateau Montebello. It was built in just 3 months as they transported some 30,000 logs from the forests of British Columbia. They didn't have any unions in those days, so it really didn't take a heck of a long time to put it together. But that's just one of the great things here at Montebello. They've got a golf course, great boating, wonderful features that bring people in from an international reputation throughout the summer months. Here in winter, the activities obviously take advantage of their location here at the foothills of the Laurentian Mountains, and we certainly hope you enjoy it. We have that coming your way in our Spotlight presentation, and a number of other great features and amenities that we'll be speaking about with our U.S. Air stress breaks, our resorts within reach, and in our close-up section later today. We hope you enjoy it, and I'll be speaking with you throughout tonight's program.
Spotlight is brought to you in part by Aristocrat Travel, the answer to all your travel needs. This week we'll focus on Le Chateau Montebello, so sit back and enjoy.
At times, we frequently presented to you various ways to enjoy the French-Canadian charm of Montreal. In addition, we've brought you repeatedly to Ottawa, where majestic government buildings and centuries of history have blended together to create Canada's capital city. But tonight on It's Time to Take Off, we take you back to a relatively small location positioned between these two major metropolitan communities. It's both charming and peaceful, and picturesque amid the quiet of winter white on the shores of the now frozen Ottawa River. It's time to say hello again to Little Montebello, Quebec, and to revisit the home of what the New York Times says is the world's largest and most splendid log cabin. Welcome back to Canadian Pacific's Le Chateau Montebello, an unforgettable experience that includes this fortress-like facility, plus spans some 65,000 acres, includes 70 lakes, and has played impeccable host to everyone from former President Reagan to everyday people like you and me. Built in an incredible 3 months back in 1930, Le Chateau Montebello creaks and cracks a little with your every step. But that's a special part of the history of the six-pointed, star-shaped structure featuring a rotunda where paths cross daily, and where in winter, guests congregate around a full-length, six-sided fireplace. Now, whether it's sitting comfortably on a sofa reading the newspaper, or just being mesmerized by the dancing flames in the fire, Le Chateau Montebello constantly is inviting you to take life at a wonderfully welcome, slow pace.
Chateau Montebello has a lot to offer, not only the cozy fireplace in the winter, and people like to have a drink around it, but the outside activities. If the snow is falling and we have sunshine, it's just a perfect place.
In summertime, Montebello is filled with leisure guests, enjoying beautiful sunshine and companionship around its outdoor swimming pool. It's also a world of swings, slides, and sandboxes for the little people, and a place for birdies, pars, and bogeys for those wanting to compete on the rolling countryside of its 18-hole golf course. But here in winter, its activities are just as enjoyable. Le Chateau Montebello possesses one of North America's largest and longest established fish and game reserves, where the historical significance of trapping may be discovered, or where snowshoeing or dog sledding may be experienced. There is a system of 8 trails covering 27 kilometers, perfect for anyone wishing to partake in cross-country skiing. Off in the distance, one observes a tiny group situated around a frozen hole on the Ottawa River. No doubt the recreation here is ice fishing, and experts are on hand to show you the way. Just to its north lies some of the finest downhill skiing available in eastern Canada, as Grey Rocks and the Laurentians host thousands of visitors each season. Montebello features its own fleet of snowmobiles, and once again, the trails in the foothills offer hours of snowmobiling excitement just for the asking. There are sleigh rides and ice skating, and in its own special building, a well-maintained area to experience the sport of curling. 2 large rinks are groomed daily, and arranging a game is accomplished through the property staff.
Oh yes. It's been known and famous for a long time, and will continue to be like that. A lot of people do come here for exactly that. The brunch on Sunday is very famous. Many people come here from the surroundings, and it's just being out and enjoy the countryside.
With so much available to any guest, you would expect the rooms to be large enough and comfortable enough to continue the pampering one feels at this property. Well, that they are. There are incredible views out your log cabin window and so much to enjoy without doing a thing if you so choose. But for anyone seeking the quieter side of life, where you're just after a relief from the stress of day-to-day living, then one of the luxurious Whirlpool suites may be just what you're after. These spacious accommodations have a warm and friendly feel to them, and it's easy to understand that this is how they spell romance at Le Chateau Montebello. And finally, what would one of the world's top facilities be without some of the finest French cuisine available? The main dining room, called Au Champignon, may seat as many as 350 guests. It is magnificent to look at, and that includes some of the entrees available on a day-to-day basis. The major draw of the week, however, is its Sunday brunch, among the best anyone's ever seen. And that includes the painstaking work that goes into its preparation. Located in the front of this dining room is the Riviera area, where the changing views of activity along the Ottawa River allows a guest to thoroughly enjoy all that is part of the Le Chateau Montebello experience. Just yesterday, you were telling me you had a group of 350 from France a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yes. They fly in and fly out. We have an airport nearby, Montebello Airport. It's only an hour away from here. And so they come, enjoy it for 3 days, the activities in and around the hotel, and like you said, the fine cuisine, and then they shoot out back to Europe. It's coming quite common.
Surrounded by a God-given natural beauty, always filled with either individuals, families, couples, or business people, each carrying on their business without getting in each other's way. How can a place that puts the dreamy look on a child's face 1 minute also have the skill to possess 17 conference rooms and at times in its history play host to world leaders? This is a destination where the changing of the seasons always brings something different to experience, something different to enjoy, and something memorable to dream about after your visit is ended. Le Chateau Montebello may just be the most perfect blend of wood and brick ever assembled. And without question, it is definitely the world's largest and indeed the most splendid log cabin around.
Spotlight has been brought to you in part by Aristocrat Travel. Don't go away. Coming up next, we'll be taking a stress break to St. Petersburg.
Folks, I'm down here at Marketplace Chrysler Plymouth, where we're having the greatest sale in the dealership's history. A 1993 Plymouth Colt for $149 a month. Give me a call at 359-4900. A 1993 Plymouth Sundance for $159 a month. This is hot. A 1993 Plymouth Voyager 7-seater automatic transmission air for $199 a month. Can you believe it? Marketplace Chrysler Plymouth. This deal is hot. West Henrietta Road, 359-4900. Give us a call.
The good old days when restaurants aren't necessarily gone. In fact, the restaurants which have stood the test of time must be doing something right. It's nice to know you can go back again and again when you really enjoy a restaurant. A tradition of good times and good food. Rick's Prime Rib House.
Eyewitness Weather Storm Track 8 has arrived, and here's how it works. Depending upon the severity of an upcoming storm, the Eyewitness Weather Center may declare a Storm Track 8 day. What this means is that you will see continuous updates from the Eyewitness Weather team of meteorologists. You may also see further notification of impending severe weather, such as this, or symbols such as these during Channel 8 programs to keep you even more up to the minutes.
Storm Track 8, only on Channel 8.
Stress break Brakes is brought to you in part by U.S. Air. U.S. Air begins with you. Now let's take off for a visit to Florida's trade winds of St. Petersburg. Another of the many stress brake opportunities waiting for you.
Okay, we are back on this week's edition of It's Time to Take Off, and there you see our location for today's U.S. Air Stress Brake, beautiful St. Petersburg Beach, Florida, where today we'll profile the Trade Winds, a resort that covers 13 acres along Florida's central western coast. Sit back and enjoy the Trade Winds here from St. Petersburg Beach, Florida. We are on Florida's west coast along the Gulf of Mexico and in the area generally referred to as the Pinellas Suncoast. Covering 200 square miles, it is accessed through U.S. Air's Tampa destination, and one of the achievements this area is most proud of is that it holds the world record for consecutive days of sunshine, 768 in a row during a period of time in the mid to late 60s. Tonight, we profile the flagship facility of Fortune Hotels, called the Trade Winds of St. Petersburg Beach. There are a total of 381 hotel rooms and suites at Trade Winds, and this resort sits directly on the beach and is highlighted by flower-rimmed brick paths, boardwalks, and a rambling waterway with ducks, swans, and, of course, the guests. Gondolas and paddle boats are a familiar sight throughout the day and evening as guests drift around the many palms at their own leisurely pace. And that's exactly how Trade Winds and its management and staff want you to feel.
The grounds are beautiful, and right from check-in, they meet our friendly and helpful staff once again, and that's where we try to pride ourselves in our staff. Our staff is the first contact with the guests.
Upon arrival, you are first greeted by a bell staff under a covered drive-up area, always willing to assist with your luggage and quick to open the door for you. At reception and in the tastefully decorated lobby, you'll enjoy the breezy, casual ambiance that permeates even an enclosed area like this one. And there's little doubt you'll also take a moment to chat with the sulfur-crested cockatoo, the military macaw, and the Toko toucan named Beaker. The suites at Trade Winds feature fully equipped kitchens, a separate living room with sofa beds, and many offer private balconies and views of the Gulf of Mexico during the day, plus those excellent sunsets at night. The activity on the beach itself is endless, and viewing all the others who are on hand to enjoy the outdoor items is truly something to behold. Water sports are offered all along the beachfront, but there are many ways people choose to spend their time here. Reading a book, catching some sun are wonderful items. Simply walking along the shore with your loved ones and friends is excellent, and any walk of this type causes you to stop from time to time to examine an item leisurely, with time on your side. Now, if you're looking for a swimming pool, there are a few of those too. Activity at poolside at the Trade Winds varies because one is directly in the middle of the hustle and the bustle, while another is secluded and gives you the opportunity to reflect on life in this section of Florida's Gulf Coast. Trade Winds also offers you tennis courts, racquetball, aerobics, croquet, and life-size chessboards, and is close to excellent golf courses and fishing spots offshore. There's a fitness center, whirlpools, and saunas. Your dining opportunities may bring you to the Flying Bridge, where a variety of lighter meals are served along with some very frosty drinks. At nighttime, many people select Reflections, Trade Winds' waterside piano bar. And for fine dining, intimate elegance, and signature cuisine, it's the Palm Court. Yes, this is Trade Winds on St. Petersburg Beach, among our many exclusive stress breaks to Florida, and another we're sure you're going to enjoy. Take a good look at some of the pleasures and delights that are available to you with our It's Time to Take Off stress break program. Is your workload overbearing? Does your family need a change of pace? Here's your form of relaxation, shushing down a renowned ski slope or floating on a raft by the seashore or in a spacious swimming pool. Well, however you define stress, our stress breaks are the answer. Each stress break price is based on per-person double occupancy rates. Each includes round-trip air on U.S. Air, 2 nights in resorts and hotels from Tucson to Tampa or from Miami to Manhattan, and to plenty of other destinations in between. And some even include use of a Payless rental car, too. If you're through contemplating the idea, why not contact the travel consultants at Aristocrat Travel to inquire about any of our exclusive U.S. Air stress breaks. Yes, it's time to take off for a U.S. Air stress break soon. And all you have to do is call Aristocrat Travel to reserve yours right away. Take the stress out of your life by getting away on a U.S. Air stress break this week.
Stress Breaks has been brought to you in part by Payless Car Rental. the driving force of the 90s. Relax and stay with us just ahead. Grey Rocks in Quebec, another great resort within reach.
Every business has its own language.
First part represents the party. The second part...
Lunges, subparts, B, application.
And at US Air, we understand them all.
Another option would be to option the script that they didn't option. That's an option.
Purely option.
It's why we offer business travelers more flights than any other airline.
8 meg of RAM and 1.2 gigabyte internal hard drive.
Everything we do.
How about these megabytes?
US Air begins with you.
Guiltless oversleeping, no schedule keeping, but please check your shoes at the shore and just let go. In the Keys, sunset walking, sunrise talking, feeling warm and easy again. Just let go. Let go. In the Keys.
See your travel agent or call 1-800-FLA-KEYS. Hey, it's a free call.
Resorts Within Reach is brought to you in part by Rocket 95 FM, playing only the best of the best. Now let's visit Grey Rocks in the Laurentian and sample another of the many fine resorts within reach.
Resorts Within Reach time now, and it's time to take off, and the key word we'd like to tell you about tonight is tradition, because tonight's Resorts Within Reach property is steeped in tradition. It started in the early 1900s. It's been satisfying guests for years and years, primarily those from America. We're in Saint-Jovite, Quebec, to the historic Grey Rocks Auberge. It's a wonderful place, great skiing here in the Laurentian Mountains, and one of the places that Canada is extremely proud of. We hope you'll like it, too, in tonight's Resorts Within Reach profile. We take you again through Saint-Jovite, Quebec, about 90 minutes north of Montreal, and to the winter playground for thousands of international visitors looking for some of North America's best snow skiing. This portion of the Laurentians has always been associated with this quaint little French-Canadian church, which is the landmark to famous Mont Tremblant. But it's time to take off. I invite you to visit our Resort Within Reach in this area, a place that's been a prime target for American visitors since the early 1900s. Tonight, we explore Auberge Grey Rocks, where the overall experience is something that is really hard to beat.
Welcome to paradise. This is the greatest place on earth. Grey Rocks has been on the market since the beginning of the century, 1906. And the ski school is famous since 1938. They have been ranked #1 by Snow Country magazine in North America. And as Bill Hoffman said, Eve, you can say the best in the world, because if you're #1 in North America, you have to be the best in the world.
Simply put, Grey Rocks offers anything anyone would ever desire for a wintertime snow skiing vacation. Now, even though it's quite sizable in many respects, it's also very compact. In fact, many Grey Rocks guests park their car, never get back in it until it's time to depart for home. There are a multitude of slopes and trails for enjoyment for everyone, from novices to experts. And the Snow Eagle Ski School, with more than 65 full-time instructors, has consistently been recognized as one of the best that North America has to offer. Overall, there are 5 lifts, including its new quad chair, which gives skiers a delightful ride to the top of the north side. Lines are never long. There seems to be a consistent, thorough feeling of enjoyment on everyone's face. In fact, it just seems to be part of the Grey Rocks way of life. Now, when skiers need a moment to either rest, seek refreshment, or enjoy both, then you'll probably find them at the new Eagle's Nest Ski Lodge on the west side. In addition to the expected warmth of the fireplace, it also houses a cafeteria, daycare center, bar, video center, and a ticket and information office. At the main inn, there are restaurants and lounges, but spacious facilities to enjoy scrumptious buffets with others in your group or with the new friends you're guaranteed to meet. There's a boutique for fashions and accessories, a place for rentals and repairs, plus Le Spa. At Le Spa, there's a large heated swimming pool, a whirlpool tub, and a workout area where one frequently observes people keeping in shape for their next downhill run. Still, in light of these well-maintained and capably staffed extras, skiing remains Grey Rock's most important thrust here in winter. In addition to word of mouth, it's because they're treated right when they're here.
Quality is a word that American customers understand. Quality, service, respect. They are treated like kings because they are kings. And it is a place where they feel relaxed, they feel at home, they know that they're going to be well treated, and we have no problem at all.
It's Time to Take Off suggests that as these prime weeks of skiing continue, that you schedule a leisurely getaway to a facility that's not only been a treasure to Canadians, but a prime hotspot for American visitors for decades. It's Grey Rocks in Saint-Jovite, Quebec. This is one resort within reach that's world famous, very inviting, and truly offers an experience that can't be beat. Our Resort Within Reach recommended list presents many great opportunities for you this winter. Our Greater Toronto participants are the Valhalla Inn, the Sheridan Centre, and also the Delta Chelsea. Superior Eastern Canadian skiing is yours at Grey Rocks or at Quebec's Mont Sainte Anne. Other great getaways we'll be talking about will take you to Hotel du Lac Carling near Montreal, Ottawa's Alberta Bay Hotel, or at Best Western Macy's, the Corning Hilton, Dunkirk Sheridan Harbourfront, or the Ramada Renaissance Fallsview in Ontario. And once again, skiing in New York State's Catskills region will bring you to the Villa Roma Resort. Resort Within Reach rates vary seasonally, are based on availability, quoted per person based on double occupancy, and require a 2-night stay. Many of our recommendations include meal plans, but if you're looking for a brief, nearby retreat, you'll definitely find it with It's Time to Take Off's Resorts Within Reach.
Resorts Within Reach has been brought to you in part by Great Life Health and Fitness Center. Look good, feel great, and stay healthy. We'll be right back for a close-up look at Florida's Palm Beach County. Air transportation for tonight's Resorts Within Reach furnished by Air Alliance. Air Alliance of Quebec City, we are at your service.
Hi folks, I'm John Gabrielli, and I personally guarantee we're going to make a believer out of you. Check this out, a 1993 Dodge Shadow, an Indy Red with a driver's side airbag, just $55 down, $139 a month, or this 1993 Dodge D150 pickup with a Magnum V6 engine and 30-gallon fuel tank, $55 down, $199 a month.
Marina Dodge will make a believer out of you.
Dave Baldwin may not own a yacht, but like you, he makes sure the kids get new clothes when they need them. These are the basics. And now you can get something back just by the way you pay for them. The new GE Rewards MasterCard. You get 2% back on everything you buy. And $1,000 in coupons. For your GE Rewards MasterCard, just call 1-800-GE-REWARD.
Whether you're in your home or on the road, if you see news happening, let Channel 8 Eyewitness News know. Call the Eyewitness News tip line at 222-8888, or you can just press *8 as a free call on your Rochester Telmobile cellular phone.
Close-Up is brought to you in part by Aristocrat Travel. Let the professionals at Aristocrat stretch your travel dollars. Now let's take a close-up look at Florida's Palm Beach County, one special place to visit.
Some say it is the year-round glimmer of the sun as it gently caresses the beauty of the Atlantic Ocean. Others believe it is the subtropical climate, always featuring perfect weather to enjoy a countless variety of activities. And for many, it simply is the one United States destination that consistently gives them the best of everything. Our close-up tonight concentrates on Florida's Palm Beach County and what is referred to as the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast is a stretch of some 47 miles of uninterrupted sandy beaches, among the best in the world, and a favorite for years because of its unique combination of vacation, sporting, shopping, and cultural attractions. Palm Beach County, Florida features some 37 municipalities and covers an area that includes everything from posh Palm Beach to elegant Boca Raton, and with plenty in between. There is perhaps no finer place in America that offers an average year-round temperature of 75 degrees and where balmy breezes complement your enjoyment of one of the most unforgettable shorelines imaginable. This is the location where gazing at billowy white clouds set amid a bluer-than-blue sky often takes hold of your senses. For fun in the deep blue sea, there is scuba diving, surfing, sailing, and plenty of world-class sport fishing. There is good freshwater bass fishing in many of the area's larger inland lakes and waterways. Exploring nature trails on horseback, catching some fast action at a professional baseball game, the polo we mentioned, the dog races, highlight, all of it among the most exclusive shops, boutiques, and contemporary malls you'll find. Well, it's no doubt that Palm Beach County, a shopper's paradise, also claims to be offering the best of everything. It's our close-up for tonight, and for further information, contact Aristocrat Travel.
Tonight's close-up profile has been brought to you in part by Aristocrat Travel. For service befitting an aristocrat, call the travel professionals. Coming up next, closing thoughts from Tony.
Do you realize this is our 4th time at Sandals?
Feels like our first.
What brings us back?
I know what brings me back.
That it's just for couples like us?
It's part of it.
That everything's included?
That's part of it.
What? What then?
You bring me back. You're never more mine than when we're here at Sandals.
For information, call your travel agent or 1-800-SANDALS.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on tonight's edition of It's Time to Take Off. Tony Destino with you here in La Piscine. This is the swimming pool area. It's a great additional feature of Montebello, as we showed you in tonight's Spotlight program, because if the weather happens to turn a little bit too snowy, too cold, too rainy, whatever, people just take the underground tunnel and come on over here to this entire sports complex. The world of Le Chateau Montebello is like you're going to find at any Canadian Pacific hotel and resort. And if you'd like to find out more about it or make reservations or ask any questions, then we recommend you contact Aristocrat Travel in Rochester. We gave you their phone numbers earlier in tonight's program, and you'll see it again in the close this evening. We certainly want to thank all the staff employees and the general manager here at Le Chateau Montebello and all the fine folks that we always see in Quebec Tourism and the Canadian Consulate, and we certainly hope that you enjoyed tonight's program. Next week, we've got some other great on-location items coming your way, and we certainly hope that you'll join us that Sunday night at 11:30 right here on WROC Channel 8. Till then, this is Tony Destino. We certainly want to thank you for joining us. Hope you'll tune in to us next week on It's Time to Take Off. Till then, so long, everybody. We'll see you down the road. Good night.
Travel arrangements through U.S. Air, with more than 2,600 flights a day throughout the United States, Canada, Europe, and the Caribbean. Everything we do, U.S. Air begins with you. Ground transportation supplied by Payless Car Rental, and Greater Rochester travel furnished by Ann's Limousine Service. For corporate or personal functions, call 594-0701.